Hi, well my name is Mark and I represent a company which is called ME Fielding. We have over 25 years of experience in international management of people's affairs, including tax, residency and assets. Now I want to talk to you today about a country called Panama, because most people think of Panama as, a beautiful place, somewhere to go on holiday. It's kind of in or around the Caribbean, and it kind of looks like the picture that you can see that I hope's being drawn underneath me. Now I want to draw your attention to Panama because Panama now has 21st century communications, 21st century skills, and 21st century opportunities where you can base your life, your business, and your assets in Panama. And we can help you to do this. If you're interested in these schemes, please follow through with me for the rest of the presentation, and then you can contact us at the website. If you're not interested, hey, well thank you very much for your attention. Please forward a copy of this link to any of your friends, associates or colleagues who might be interested. Hey, you never know, they might just thank you, and if they end up living in Panama, you get a free holiday. Okay, let's move on then to the next slide. So why would you move your life and or your business to a country like Panama, which is located in Central America? Well, we've already talked about 21st century communications. The telephone system, the internet system are all on a par with anything that you'll find in New York, Moscow, London, Milan, any of the major population centers. So in terms of being separated from your business, well, you're not separated from your business because it's still all there with you, exactly the same as it is at home. Right, reasons where it is better perhaps than New York, London, Milan, Moscow, etc. is the cost of living. Latest studies that have been done estimate that the cost of living in Panama City is something like 30% of the cost of living in Moscow, Kiev or London. So therefore, if you're currently earning $3,000 a month living in Moscow, you can work out on that basis that what you could buy with that money in Panama will give you an equivalent lifestyle of $10,000 a month. So therefore, what you can buy in Panama with $3,000 a month is what it takes $10,000 a month to buy in Moscow and in London. And Panama has many top restaurants and bars and nightclubs. All of these things exist. In addition to that, the excellent climate. For those of you who have snow 4 months a year living in Russia, or the endless rain that you have living in London, Panama considerably further south, much more sun. So much more sun, much more pleasant, and there is rain as well. Remember as well that Panama has not only ports and so on, but also there are mountains. So if you particularly want a more fresh climate, you can find that as well. Right, the big one, I guess, that jumps off of the page at everyone is the 0% tax rate. This obviously is only available to those who fulfill the conditions, but for those people who become resident living in Panama, there is 0% tax on any income which comes to you from sources outside of Panama. Therefore, if we take the example of a Russian citizen, if a Russian citizen moves to Panama and is out of Russia for more than 6 months of the year and is receiving that income in Panama, the income is free of tax in Russia because you're a non-resident, and it is free of tax in Panama as well because of the Panamanian tax legislation. So therefore, if you correctly organize your affairs, you can legally have income which attracts no tax whatsoever. And remember, that's legally as well, not just not putting it on your tax return. In addition to zero tax, the Panamanian government allows you to set up asset protection schemes so you can put your assets, be they shares, be they properties and so on and so forth, and you can use trusts as well, and you can put them in asset protection schemes. Therefore, if you are sued by a competitor, or if you're American and you're sued by just anyone in the street, those goods, those chattels are protected legally. So legally no one can touch them. So what you've earned is yours. Finally, notice that there are no reporting requirements in Panama to the US government, to the Canadian government, to anyone in the European Union, or any governments in Russia or the CIS. So therefore, you can carry out your business privately the way that you want, without the interference of any foreign government, without any reporting requirements, and without any unpleasant questions that make you feel as if you haven't legally worked hard for your money. So there is a privacy element there as well. On a business basis, therefore, Panama offers more than any other country in the world for would-be business owners and for would-be retirees or people who want to just get away. In terms of visas and resident status, Panama offers what can only be described as an amazing suite of products which you can purchase. If you come from one of the countries which is on the approved list, and there are currently 22 countries on the approved list, you automatically qualify for residence. So therefore you can apply and you can obtain residence. Right, those cover America, Canada, and most of the European countries. They do not cover Russia or any of the countries in the CIS, though Russia, as of today, is negotiating with Panama to be included on this list. So there is a list of countries. You can come to us and ask us, come to us please through the contact page on our website, and we will tell you exactly what you need to do and what documents you need to submit. But for people from those approved countries, so Britain, Italy, America, Canada, and so on, Holland, everywhere in Europe, they just apply and they get residence, and that's it. And you have residence, and it's residence forever. Yeah. Other visas, there is obviously a tourist visa system. People from Europe and America do not need tourist visas, but you get a 90-day tourist visa, and that's the best way to get into the country if you are a Russian or from Ukraine. Other ways to get visas: if you are a pensioner, you can qualify for a pensioner's visa. You just have to show that you have a pension of more than $1,000 per month. And pensioner's visas are great because if you move there on a pensioner's visa, you get a special card, and with that card you get discounts at shops and so on all over the country. And again, we can give you details of that if you come to us and ask us for that. There is also a forestry investment visa. So if you invest $80,000, there is a process you have to go through, but the result may be that you will get permanent residence in Panama. And there is what's called a person of means, where you are required to invest $300,000. And again, you get residence and so on. Panama is looking for wealthy individuals or individuals of what we would call the middle class to move there and spend their money. Please contact us if you need more details. But the process is relatively quick and relatively simple, irrespective of which country you come from. If we move on to real estate mirrors the cost of living that we showed you earlier. So therefore, if you're living in a flat, if you're living in an apartment which is 75 meters in Moscow, the price that you're paying for that apartment, you could get one which is closer to $200,000. The real estate market in Panama has mirrored the real estate market in the United States of America. So we expect, therefore, that prices have now bottomed out, now being September 2013, and therefore now is the perfect time to buy. But you should expect in the heart of Panama City to be spending $1,000 a meter, which when you compare that to Moscow prices or London prices is very, very cheap. If you move out into the country, there are luxury villas in places like Phuket, which are further up in the mountains where it's cooler, and you can still get beachfront properties and so on all over Panama. We are expecting that as the US market is now looking at improving and increasing in value, we are expecting that over the next year we will see those increases in value happening in Panama as well. Finally, as the slide tells you, there is all different types of terrains. So in other words, if you want bustling big city that looks like London or Moscow, you should go to Panama City. If you want something which is more rural, then there is Colón and Phuket. Finally, everything else that you could want is there as well. They have an excellent road system. There are top-class restaurants, and I've used the word on the slide restaurants there, but it means lifestyle in general. if you're looking at this, and most of our clients, certainly our clients who come from Russia, are women who are divorced with children, for $2,000 to $3,000 a month, you can have a very, very good life. One thing as well that's worth mentioning is schools. If you live in and around Panama City, there are a great number of top quality international schools, and the cost $500 a month on average. So therefore, if you have a child who is, let's say, 7, 8 years old, you can move to Panama, and in 2 years' time they will be fluent in Russian, assuming that's their native language, plus English, plus Spanish as well. So I hope I have persuaded you that you should get more information about living in Panama. And trust me, having spent many years of my life living in London and living in Moscow, I can tell you that the quality of life compared to the cost is just amazing in somewhere like Panama. Right, why should you use the firm of Emmy Fielding? Well, you should come to us because we are the experts in this field, and because we have so much experience. If you plan this correctly, you can really significantly improve the quality of your life and the value that you get for every single dollar, ruble, pound that you earn. If you get this wrong, you're going to find yourself paying large amounts of tax if you're shipping assets offshore, or if you bring them onshore in the wrong way, you really are going to miss out. And if you've gone so far as to put the time and effort into something, why lose that? Why lose that benefit? Now, if you're the kind of person who says, well, I'm going to do this myself, I'm going to learn Spanish and translate all of the laws and then please, this is not for you. But for people who do not want to lose time, effort and money that they've already invested, come to us, talk it through with us. We're very reasonable, we're very experienced, and we speak English and Russian for you. So hopefully we can help you with all different sides of this, even things like customs duty on how to bring your goods into the country and where you can get exemptions and so on. All of this we're experts in. We've been doing this for a lot of years, and you do have to get this right, because you can imagine that the tax police in particular are looking at this and saying, these guys are not paying any tax. It's still legal, they still can't stop you. So it says there, Emmy Fielding, emmyfielding.com. Please write to us through the contact sheet, and we speak English and Russian, so we'll be able to answer you in your native language wherever you are. Well, I hope I've been able to persuade you that Panama is a place that you should seriously be looking at. In a short video like this, all I can recommend you do is go away and get some more information. You are more than welcome to contact us. We provide information packs in English and in Russian about the services that we offer and about what's available for you in Panama. If you want to do some independent research, I think that's a great idea. You can go look all over the place on the internet, and these people will tell you all the same stuff that we've been telling you. Please do remember to make the full benefit of any move to any country overseas. You really do need to get some professional help though. And you, I hope, now know the name of our company as well, Emmy Fielding. Hey, I look forward to seeing you on the beach in Panama with a margarita. So happy that you made this. And if it's not for you, remember, send a link to your friends. Still a free holiday. Thank you.